Hello, today we'll be talking about Combee. The reason gender differences were introduced in Gen 4. It's required for its evolution. Why did the earlier Pokemon get gender differences? No idea. Excluding Nidoran, Combee is also the first gonochoric Pokemon to exclusively evolve in one gender. Because of this, male Combee is also technically the first single-stage Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. Combee as a whole is also the first bug-flying base Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. Its previous BYC dates are April 16th, 1997, February 5th, 2000, November 26th, 2002, September 16th, 2005, July 7th, 2008, April 28th, 2011, February 16th, 2014, December 7th, 2016, September 28th, 2019, and July 19th, 2022. I most know Combee due to its unique shape and unique evolution. Before doing this project, I misremembered its evolution focusing more on the mark and it just being all female Combee, with only a few females having the mark, which indicated they could evolve into Vespiquen, much like how queen bees come from a select few female bees. I think it looks cute. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Combee, the tiny bee Pokemon, whose number is 0415. This is what it looks like. Its type is Bug Fly, abilities, Honey Gather, Hustle is its ability, gender ratios 87.5% male and 12.5% female, catch rate is 120 or 24.9%. Breeding is a group bug, hatch time 15 cycles, height is 1 foot or 0.3 meters, weight is 12.1 pounds or 5.5 kilograms. Base experience yield is 63 in Gen 4 and 49 5+. Leveling rate is medium slow, EV yield is 1, and speed. Shape is that, it has no feet so it has no footprint. Pokedex color is yellow and base friendship is 70. Combee is a dual type bug / flying Pokemon introduced in Gen 4. Female Combee evolve into Vespiquen starting at level 21. Male Combee are not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. Biology: Combee is a small flying insectoid Pokemon. Its body consists of 3 orange hexagonal sections that resemble honeycomb cells, arranged with 2 hexagons on top and the remaining hexagon between and below them. Each hexagon has a round yellow face with 2 black oval eyes and a black curved mouth. In the middle of their foreheads, the upper 2 faces each have a single whisker-thin black antenna with black oval tips approximately the size of their eyes. They also each have a translucent, rounded, triangle-shaped wing connected to an orange domed joint on their sides. The backsides of the upper faces are yellow and rounded as the sides of a sphere. The bottom face is the main thinker of the 3, and it is also the only one to have a full insectoid abdomen. This abdomen is yellow near the tip with a thick black stripe close to its hexagonal frame. The female Combee have red wedge-shaped spots on the foreheads of their lower faces just below the point where all 3 faces meet. Male Combee have no distinct markings in this area. Similar to other Pokemon with multiple heads, such as Dugtrio and Dodrio, Combee's trio of faces each have their own consciousness. For example, each face has a different taste in nectar, and Combee can fly only when the top 2 faces coordinate the flapping of their wings. Each Combee's trio of faces has been together since birth. Unlike bees in real life, the vast majority of Combee are male. However, Combee are otherwise similar to bees in their social behavior. They are mostly sociable among their own kind and form groups of about 100 individuals. They are generally harmless to others as they tend to flee when threatened. From sunrise to sunset, Combee will collect nectar to create honey wherever they can. Beautifly often provides trouble by driving away any Combee that tries to collect near it. Though Combee produce honey for multiple purposes, they usually consume it. Each swarm of Combee makes a different flavor of honey. When not gathering nectar, Combee will protect their queen, Vespiquen. They are very suggestible and will never defy the orders of their queen. When a Vespiquen feels threatened, its Combee will not think twice about risking their lives to protect their queen, to the point of aggressively attacking or even killing the threat. Combee commonly live in caves and hollow trees of forests and other natural, secluded areas with their queen. Combee sleep by creating a hive with other Combee, locking together into a tessellated wall to feel safe in larger numbers. So you can see a wall of Combee here. Teddiursa and Mothram regularly raid Combee nests for the honey they collected. Prior to Gen 5, Honey Gather was Combee's signature ability. Evolution: female Combee evolve into Vespiquen. Male Combee are not known to evolve. So, Combee, female, Vespiquen. Evolution data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. 3 female Combee and 2 Beedrill act as Nectar Meadows bosses, attacking the player, the partner, and Badoo, thinking the trio to be a group of honey thieves. Pokedex entries, Gen 4, Diamond. A Pokemon formed by 3 others. It busily carries sweet floral honey to Vespiquen. Pearl, it collects and delivers honey to its colony. At night, they cluster to form a beehive and sleep. Platinum, the trio is together from birth. It constantly gathers honey from flowers to please Vespiquen. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. At night, Combee sleep in a group of about 1,000, packed closely together in a lump. In Gen 5. Black and White is basically Platinums, but Vespiquen is now the correct casing. Black 2 and White 2. This Pokemon is a set of 3. When they sleep, they gather up and form a giant hive of 100 Combee. In Gen 6, X is Black and White's entry. Y is Pearl's entry. Omega Ruby is Black, White, and X's entry. Alpha Sapphire is Pearl and Y's entry. In Gen 8, Sword, the members of the trio spend all their time together. Each one has a slightly different taste of nectar. Shield, it ceaselessly gathers nectar from sunrise to sundown, all for the sake of Vespiquen and the Swarm. Brilliant Diamond, 3 Pokemon join to become 1. It busily carries sweet nectar to Vespiquen. Shining Pearl, they collect and deliver honey to their colony. At night they cluster to form a beehive and sleep. Legends Arceus, they swear fealty to a queen Pokemon and work diligently to gather nectar. Each swarm produces a different flavor of honey. In Gen 9, Scarlet, at night Combee sleep in a group of about 100, packed closely together in a lump. Violet, the trio is together from birth. It constantly gathers nectar from flowers to please Vespiquen. Combee in the Paldea Pokedex. You got a bunch of them, one female, prominent one. There might be a couple we can't really see. There's, only facing ones are males. Game locations. Side game locations. Held items in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. It has the honey 100% of the time. Ranch, it has the Aqua Berry 100% of the time. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black and White has honey 100% of the time. Black 2, White 2, X, Y, Sword, Shield, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, it has honey 5% of the time. Legends Arceus, Normal, as Dazzling Honey 35% of the time. Spoiled Apricorn 15% of the time, and Grid Items by level. Alpha, ESP Candy S 100% of the time. Seed of Mastery 10% of the time. Grit Items by level. I still don't know how the math works. Scarlet and Violet, it has honey 5% of the time. Stats, base stats, HP and attack 30, defense 42, special attack 30, special defense 42, speed 70 for a total of 244. Pokeathlon stats, type effectiveness, damaged normally by normal, poison, ghost, steel, water, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to flying, fire, electric, and ice for double, and rock for 4. Immune to ground, resistant to fighting, and grass for a 4th, and bug for a half. Notes, if gravity is in effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball in Gen 4, or a ring target, or it is affected by Smackdown or Ingrain. The effectiveness of Ground-type moves is half, so go from 0 to half. In Gen 5, if this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball, the effectiveness of Ground-type moves is 1, so go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up. 1. Sweet Scent, Gust, Struggle Bug, and Bug Bite. By TM, TM015 Struggle Bug. 70 Sleep Talk, 162 Bug Buzz, 171 Terra Blast, 182 Bug Bite, 185 Lunge, 205 Endeavor, and 219 Skitter Smack. By breeding, there's nothing. Side game data, you got all this. Pokemon Ranger, Shadows of Olmia in the browser entry. It lets loose gusts of wind to attack. Guardian Signs. It launches Twisters. Got all this. New Pokemon Snap in the Photodex entry. From the moment they're born, the trio that make up Combee work together for the sake of Vespiquen. The nectar they gather from flowers that grow near crystal blooms is particularly rich and sweet. Combee had a 100% female encounter rate in Pokemon Go when it was initially released on February 1st, 2019, however, it was later changed to 12.5% on February 15th. Evolution data, Combee, level 21 if female. Vespiquen, sprites here, so a lot more simple, humorously. For how simple it is, it's, weirdly more simplified. The wings are also differently shaped. The antennae are slightly differently shaped as well. Then you got the male versus the female. It's got the red triangle. Shinies, got the orange. Replaces the yellow. And the red replaces the orange. And, females, I think it's a darker red, or maybe even almost a brown kind of color for the red triangle. And, of course, you got the different angle, but I think it also probably makes it closer to the modern design for what they could do, given the, type of sprites they could make at the time.
In Gen 7, I would say even a little bit, yeah, this is definitely a different sprite, like it's a lot more faithful to what we have in the official art. You get the fallback sprites as well. They lighten up the, looks like they lighten up the shiny. Interesting. In Gen 6, you get the models here, pretty good adaptation. A lot lighter, probably a lot lighter colors all around, honestly. And the blue problem, for Pokemon that have clear wings, for whatever reason in Gen 6 they have this, like, weird blue background. I don't know if that was, like, the background of the image, so, like, it's clear, but actually it's the blue in the background, they've just cut out that element of it, or if this is just, like, a weird error. And you can see in Gen 7 it fixes that. Probably changes a little bit of the face as well. Yeah. Gen 8, you get the much better models, of course. And in Legend of Arceus, you get these models. Homes, you got these models. Just kind of unifies the colors in the shiny? Huh. When did that happen? I guess once it became a model, it kind of keeps the other colors, though. It isn't really unified until Legends Arceus, I guess. Huh, interesting. Yet these are also still a little bit different. That's interesting. In animation, Combee in Pokemon the series, Black and White. Got a couple males and a female. Got all this. Pokedex entries in Diamond and Pearl, episode 32, in Dawn's Pokedex. Combee, the tiny bee Pokemon. When sleeping, Combee stack up on each other like a hive. In Black and White, episode 124, in Ash's Pokedex. Combee, the tiny bee Pokemon. A trio of Combee stays together for life, busily carrying sweet nectar from flower to flower. Pokemon Paldean Winds, Poketoon, in the manga. Male Combee in Pokemon Adventures. All this, the TCG. Trivia, Combee is the only Pokemon with a gender-dependent evolutionary line to have aesthetic gender differences. Combee is the only Pokemon with a base stat total of 244. Combee is the only bug or flying-type Pokemon consisting of multiple bodies. Combee has the lowest HP stat and lowest base stat total of all flying-type Pokemon. I read the 4th points sub-point in the Zubat video. Origin, Combee is based on honeycombs and honeybees. In an interview for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon edition, the official National Pokedex, Ken Sugimori elaborated on the design process for Combee in particular, based on a request to create a Pokemon made of 3 honeycombs stuck together. The designers came up with a design featuring 3 larvae wedged inside a honeycomb. Sugimori noted that while the concept sounded gross, it is nonetheless a distinctive and attention-grabbing idea, so the team decided to keep the design and tweak it slightly. Combee's 3 faces were simplified based on simple faces found in old comic books to make its overall appearance friendlier. So you can see early design of Combee here. More baby-like with the thing, and you can see it even has a red marking. Interesting. Name origin, Combee may be derived from honeycomb combination, referring to it being made of 3 segments and bee. Mitsu honey may be a combination of Mitsubachi honeybee, Mitsu 3, and honey. And the languages, references, related articles, external links. Let's move on.
Now let's watch Combee's first scene in the anime.
Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Pokeflix, as the DVD that I would normally use is not working correctly for this scene for some reason, so instead we're doing that. Today we are watching episode 497, The Grass Type is Always Greener. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and his traveling companions Brock and Dawn, as well as his faithful Pokemon Pikachu, have met Cheryl, a treasure hunter who has captured a Burmy and evolved it into Motham. Because Cheryl is trying to find something called the Enchanted Honey, and Motham's nose is very good at finding honey, and so it has found something, and now it's calling out. There's the Combee. And that is Combee's first scene in the anime. Let's move on.
Now let's watch Combee's scenes in Detective Pikachu.
Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, or as I like to call it, Detective Combee, as it's only the frames with Combee, to the best of my ability. In this film, Tim Goodman has found out that his father, Harry Goodman, a police detective, has died, And so he's going to Rhyme City to finish up his life. He's watching a video introducing him to Rhyme City. And then we got this shot of the city here. There's a Combee on this building here. You'll see it in a couple seconds. It only appears as signs and stuff throughout the city.
Stronger, more harmonious world.
Welcome.
Yep, and then the Combee appears as a sign around here somewhere. Yes, and that's Howard Clifford introducing Tim to Rhyme City. We're gonna have a few establishing shots of the city. Signs there, there's Combee. Combee, signs down there. Combee's over here. Oh, sorry. I'll explain. So that was, so Tim went, it was down here, yeah. Tim is sort of walking through the city at night, going to his father's apartment. And this one is, Tim has met a talking Pikachu named Detective Pikachu, who has amnesia, who is Harry's police detective partner. They are tracking down something called the Argas, which makes Pokemon go crazy. They've tracked it down to the Roundhouse, this underground fight club.
Second chance.
And then, so now we've cut to a little later. The Combees on this sign here. Detective Pikachu and Tim down there. They have met Howard, and he has explained to them that Harry isn't actually dead, but that Mewtwo took Harry, and so now they're gonna go try to find Mewtwo.
Chances are special things, kid. There's a lot we can make better if we crack this case. One question, though. Where are we...
Watch the...
Okay, so now we've cut to later in the film. Tim and Detective Pikachu, with the help of Lucy Stevens, a reporter and her Psyduck, have met Mewtwo, who showed them a vision that made it seem like Pikachu had betrayed Harry. Tim and Detective Pikachu split off. Shortly after Mewtwo showed them the vision, he was captured by who they believed to be Roger Clifford, Howard's son. So now Tim, Lucy, and her Psyduck have returned to Rhyme City. You can see the Combee on these signs for Pahu, whatever that means. Yeah.
Day's festivities.
I don't know what happened
Lucy.
to me, but we need to strategize.
Yeah, she's talking about how they need to report on this big story of Mewtwo being captured by Roger. He's going to talk to Howard about Roger capturing Mewtwo. Yeah. So now we've got to the beginning of the Rhyme City 10th Anniversary Parade. That's what was being set up when we started the scene. There was the news reporter talking about it. Yeah. Mayor's gonna talk here.
As you can see, we are more than happy with the turnout today.
That's the mayor. So that was... Okay, let's go back. So this is Mewtwo, but it's actually Howard has put his mind inside of Mewtwo using this device called the Neuralink. And he is about to release the Argas from the floats, which will make the Pokemon go crazy, and he can use Mewtwo's powers to merge humans and Pokemon because he wants the ultimate partnership between humans and Pokemon. This is how he thinks it should be done. Released. Merging people, that's him flying up. So Detective Pikachu has found something at the site of the crash that allegedly killed Harry, and he has come back to see the sign here. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah. Lucy has been put inside of her Psyduck, and she is explaining that Mewtwo is Howard. Is the Combee. And there's okay, so that was... So this is Detective Pikachu's decided to fight Howard / Mewtwo. He's been flown. And now this is after, so Tim has removed the Neuralink from Howard, and so this is Mewtwo proper. And yeah, and Tim is reuniting with Pikachu, yeah. And now everyone's being separated. You can see there, yeah. So this is at the end of the film. It was revealed that the reason why Detective Pikachu could talk is because Harry's soul was inside of Pikachu. They've been separated, so that's Harry. And now they're, walking away. It's kind of hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Combee. And they're talking about how he needs to find a new job because he's going to live in Rhyme City now.
I could give detective work a try?
I think he likes that idea.
And that is Combee's scenes on Detective Pikachu. Let's move on.
Now let's see why other people love Combee. Now let's look at fan art.
Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Combee. So we've got Combees by Cryptid Hermit. So a couple female Combee here. Very well done. I like the background. And the clear wings. That's such a great touch. Combee Cupcake by Hitachi Roxas. So I guess this cupcake that's themed after Combee here. It's a male Combee. And on top of this Teddy Ursa. I don't know if that's part of the dessert or not. I don't know. Very well done. Then we've got Combee by Nihorin. So the stylized female Combee here. Very well done. Combee, Pokemon Gen 4 by Vertel. So we got a couple images here. Got male Combee and female Combee. Both very good models. I like the clear wings. Then we've got Pokemon Legends Combee by Vic Works. So I guess this like fun little thing. I don't know if this was before or after Legends Arceus came out, but this fun idea for like a male Combee alternate form. Best form, Combee form, kind of like the wishy-washy school form, and it becomes looking like Mega Beedrill here, and this black one as well. I guess maybe that was the shiny version. Yes, very well done. Then we've got Combee line gained new types by Eric Gull 1996. So it adds the speed type and the slime type. Interesting. Bug speed and bug slime. Interesting. This is 3Han by Elf Coach. So, kind of stylized version of, I guess, female Combee and shiny female Combee here. Interesting. 21225 by Nihorin. So, I guess it's this nice V-mine, probably for Valentine's Day. This nice little image of female Combee here. Kind of stylized. I like it. Then we've got Lost Lorn Forest by Burb Monster. So we've got 3 male Combee here flying by this Leavanny who's holding a Swadloon. Seems to be from 2024. Very well done. Then we've got Combee by Aqua Blue. So this cute art of Combee here. Looks like a couple of them are sleeping while one's awake. This grass here is, yeah, very well done. Then we've got Death Dex Beautifly by Clytemnon. So, gosh, this Beautifly attacking this Combee. It says, in an effort to keep its favorite food all to itself, it will chase away Combee as they try to gather nectar. It has an aggressive nature. It stabs prey with its long, narrow mouth to drain the prey's fluids. And Beautifly saying, get the fuck out of my territory. It's a male Combee. Very well done. Then this is Combee Evolution Line by Abraham DHR. So these more realistic Combee and Vespiquen here. It's the female Combee. It's interesting how they did the 2 heads. And that's supposed to be more of a larva than a fully grown V. And then, yeah, Vespiquen here. Got the comb down there, yeah. Very well done. Then we've got Through the Years by Snow Supply. So, this sort of aging up, I guess. We got it as a little kid being terrified of the bugs. Yanma, Spinda, and Heracross, then as the teenager, I guess, being part of Team Skull here, it kind of likes the bugs with Araquanid, Flamantis, and Charjabug. And I guess a little bit older, probably a young adult, maybe an older teenager. We have it sort of, I guess, being just, existing with the bugs. We got the Combee, female Combee here, Snom, sweating on top of this Sizzlipede. It's fun. And then we got it in Legends Arceus, Cleavor, and a Gligar. And we got it as like an adult, I guess. Maybe taking care of the Pokemon, looks like maybe a little bit more. With got Joltik, Genesect, and Blipbug. Very well done art here, I like it. Then we've got Combee by Give Me Yo Muffin XD. So this nice stylized Combee here, little swirls. And it seems to be 2 in 10A instead of 1, that's interesting. Then we've got Death Dex Teddy Ursa by Clytemnon. So we've got a couple female Combee here talking. This one says, "Should we tell him? He's not stealthy at all. But no, we'll give him some later, and hopefully he leaves." So you got the Teddy Ursa there, not being very stealthy at all, and says, "This Pokemon discreetly follows Combee to find their hive." Very nice. Strawberries, Cake, and Bees by Nihorin. So we've got this Combee and Vespiquen, very stylized, with this strawberry cake, I guess. Yes, very well done, very cute. Then we've got Combee by Diego AGM. So we've got this female Combee here, and there's some Combee flying in the background. Can't really see them very well. Then got the 3 different faces on them. We got the excited one, the winking one, and the meh one, I guess. Yes, very well done. And we've got Cherry by Itachi Roxas. So this interesting art kind of looks like mascot art on like a TV, like the lines kind of suggest like a TV monitor or something. Very interesting. The Cherim here is surprised. There's like a pink female Combee for some reason coming out of the jar of jelly. I don't know, honey, maybe a pink honey, maybe, I don't know. It's very interesting. And we've got Combee commissioned by Nelsini0S. This fun, sort of robotic Combee here, I guess. With the wings being like solar panels and 3 screens. These little cute digital screens here, yeah. It looks like maybe it's got a jet in the back. Yeah. Antenna, that's fun. Yeah. Seems to be a bug psychic. That's interesting. Very well done. And I've got SL almost there by S. Sevora. So apparently SL, according to the description, is Shadowlock. I don't really know what that means. This one's a black Combee for some reason. It feels like maybe it's even a female Combee. Maybe you can see the mark. And then Clefairy here, I guess, trying to get at it. I don't know if it's using like psychic powers or something to stop it. I don't know what's happening here. Then we've got Combee by Annie Andro Cutie Pie. This just seems to be the official image. I don't really know if there's any alteration to it. Then we've got Flower by Itachi Roxas, so another one of these interesting pieces of art that kind of look like a monitor and mascots and stuff. Female Combee here, and then we've got Flinks that look like flowers, and they're surprised. And a Porygon 2, confused by this. Then we've got Wet Paint by Snappinator. So it's this nice art here of a bunch of different Pokemon, mostly focusing on Grafaiai, one of the new ones from Gen 9. They painted all these trees here, and then we've got a couple of Combee here, at least one of which is female. Got the Spidops, a couple of them, couple Pineco, and a Murkrow here. That's interesting. Seems to be from June 2024. Then we've got Bees by Broken Teapot. The male Combee says, "Wanna be friends?" And the Beedrill says, "Off and die." It's from 2010, seems like. Well, it may not look like it. This is actually the end of the list. I had to redo part of the fan art section since the audio got all messed up. When I redid it, it ended up going in a different order. So that's why it looks like there's a next image and why the last image had no next image. So we'll move on now.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Vespiquen. As always, this is my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.